The first filter we're going to go over is the gold Celtics filter, man. For this, you want to put your color to gold, and you got three teams you can choose from. Celtics, which is kind of the new one that dropped today. You have the Pacers still, which is the best. They're the most expensive, but also more comp because a lot of people know about it. And then you have the Thunder still, man. Probably some other options. I haven't checked all of them, but they all are pretty darn expensive for gold players, man. Again, Pacers is the best. What you want to do is put your color to gold, put your team to the Thunder, the Pacers, or the Celtics, and you're going to raise your maximum buyout up until you find the cheapest gold card on that filter. Thunder 3,200. You're looking to snipe those for about 1,500 MT cheaper, or about 1,200. I would be looking for 2,000 MT and below. Pacers are going for about 5k. You're looking for 2,000 MT and below, just to make sure you get all your profit, man. Their price changes a lot. They were going for like 6k earlier. Let's see where they're at now. Holy smokes, and bam, just like that, 1.2k, and the cheapest one is 6,000 MT. Really good options. And then for the Celtics, the price has dropped a little bit because people just need them for some points real quick. Celtics is kind of going down. You want to snipe these for, you just want to grab these if they pop up for under 1,000 MT, which happens all the time. I gotta grab Al Horford for 1,500, man. That's a little bit of a snipe too. They're selling for about 2,500 MT, usually about 2,750 you can sell them for. Kind of just depends, but like I said, you're looking for these guys for cheapos. All these golds normally sell for like 1,000 MT, 700, 800 MT. So if anybody pulls any of these nonsense, they're not going to realize that they're, way up in price because of the challenge, and you're going to get snipes on here all day long, man. Really good options, especially the Pacers. Gold is my favorite, so if you're looking for a budget filter, spend some time on some of these, man. The next filter we're going to go over is the Opal cheapest filter. For this, you want to put your color to Galaxy Opal. You want to raise your maximum buyout up till you find the cheapest Opals on your console. On PlayStation, they're selling for about 3.1 thousand MT, man. People are 1,000,000% sleeping on this filter, and it's still a really great option, man. So I gotta throw it in here. You're gonna want to scroll. I feel like you can put your max buyout to 2,450 because you can quick sell any Opal in the game, which means just clicking on the card and clicking sell. You can quick sell any Opal in the game for, I don't have an Opal here, sell for 2,500. So if you buy it, and there's no tax when you do that, so if you buy it for 2,450, at the least, if you had to quick sell it, you'd make 50 MT. But it's better to post them up for sale, and then really you're looking for any of the more expensive Opals like Giannis, Curry. There's quite a few of them. I just saw who did I just grab on here, like Vlade Divac. I don't know how much he's going for, but just saw him for 3.1. He's like 4k, so it's profit there. There was another card I just bought, Bronny James, we just had on here for 3.1. He's like 4.5k. So a lot of more expensive cards pop up. Oscar Robertson, that card used to be more expensive. I don't really know the Opal market. Hopefully you guys do. There is a trick where you can just kind of raise your buyout up. See, Oscar 3,400, you don't want to grab him. Raise your buyout up a bit to see which cards are listed for under. Like if you brought your buyout up to 5k and just scrolled through, and then any card pops up that wasn't one of these people named here, it sells for over 5k and you can buy it, man. So really good filter. Cards like these pop up for 500 MT, 1,000 MT, a lot. So spend some time on here if you're on a budget. The next filter that we're going to go over is the dark matter filter. For this, you want to put your color to dark matter, put your maximum buyout to 4.4 thousand. Is the cheapest price on PlayStation usually. Sometimes they get posted up for cheaper, like 4.2k, but typically you can sell them for 4,400, definitely 4,350. What you want to do is scroll with the cheapest one dark matter up, because there's lots of dark matters that you can snipe that are much more expensive on this filter, like LeBron's, Beasley's, Giannis. Obviously there's tons of dark matters that are for a lot more than 4,000 MT, and it's super pack day, so people will be ripping these and you can see them pop up for the wrong price very, very frequently. Really good option today. spend some time on here. You're looking to grab any of these cheaper dark matters if they pop up for about 3.5k and below, and then grab anybody who's more expensive if they pop up for any price on the scroll you're working. The next filter that we're going to go over is the 100 overall cheapest filter, which has been one of the best, most active filters of any day so far lately. For this, you just want to put your color to 100 overall, raise your maximum buyout till you find the cheapest 100 overalls on your console, which are selling for about 30,000 MT right now. The cheapest ones, you 1000% have to scroll on this filter, because there's obviously tons and tons of more 100 overalls that sell for more than 30k. Some sell for 50, some sell for 100, some sell for 80, some sell for 400k. So you definitely want to scroll on here so that way you have the best chance of seeing any of the more expensive cards. Keep one cheapest 100 overall up. You're looking for any of these cheapo depot cards for about 23,000 MT and below. Dominique Wilkins seems to be cheapest card, man. There is a couple others that are very similar in price. You're looking to grab any card that's more expensive, man. If you know your 100 overall market very well, you can make an absolute insane amount of MT on this filter. Like Bradley Beal earlier, his cheapest was like 38k, so if he pops up, that's a snipe, man. There's tons of cards in the 40, 50, 60k range that a lot of people won't know if they're snipes or not, but if you know your market well, certainly buy them if they pop up. Same theory as the dark matter filter, you can raise this up to like 40,000, 38,000. Scroll through all the names here, and if a card that you didn't just read pops up, you know that it sells for at least more than 38, 39,000 MT. That's how I do a quick cheat code of finding out which cards to pick up when I'm working a scroll filter like this. Really good option, man. Lots of cards been popping up for 20k and below. Tony Parker, he's low-key profit at 29,000, but we're gonna miss it. That's my point. I don't know the market well enough, but I think he's like 36,000, which is technically 3,000 MT profit. So definitely a great filter to work if you know your market. Just kidding, he's crashed since today. If you know your market, that's why I didn't grab him. Can make lots of MT on here, man. The next filter that we're gonna go over is the 100 Eastern filter. For this, not 100 overall, you want to put your theme to 100, which is the name of these Tuesday super pack cards. Then you're gonna put your conference to Eastern, and you're gonna raise your maximum buyout up till you find the cheapest card on here, which is the new card Isaiah Thomas that dropped. He's about 70,000 MT. Anytime you got a filter, the cheapest 100 overall is selling for around 30,000. This card's selling for 70. People will check and see how much are 100 overalls when they pull this card, see that they're 30k, and throw him up for 30k, which is huge profit if he pops up for 30,000 MT. Sell him for 70, you're raking out like a bandit. You got a few other cards on here that you can grab. Allen Houston, pick him up on the scroll that you're working. Terrence Ross is on here as well. Pick him up if he pops up, and then grab Isaiah Thomas for about, you want to give yourself plenty of room for profit because he's a little bit slow to sell. So I would say grab him for 55k and below, and then the other ones, grab them and just throw them up for 100k buyout. Allen Houston, I don't think he's like profit at 100k as far as I'm aware, but if he is selling for over 120,000, you want to go ahead and throw him up. Look at, okay, I was gonna say 18 legends. Throw him up for a bid if he is selling for over 110,000 MT, man. Could be a good option. These cards come out of the super packs kind of rare. They're not as frequent as some of the other pulls, but people will throw them up for the wrong price many times today. One little note on the last filter, you can just do 100 theme cheapest in Bradley Beal, who's about 40,000 MT, is technically still a good filter because if he pops up for 30k, it is profit as well. For that filter, you just put your theme to 100 and scroll on the cheapest Bradley Beal. Grab any of the other cards if they pop up. Terrence Ross, the ones we just talked about, Allen Houston and IT, if they pop up, they're all profit at 40k. So it's another good option, but if you want higher end range, I suppose, with a better chance of seeing the Allen Houstons and stuff work the 100 Eastern Conference, man. The next filter that we're gonna go over is the 100 overall division filters. For this, you just want to put your color to 100 overall, not your theme. This is your color. You're gonna put your division to either the Atlantic division or the Central division. Both of these, the cheapest player is more than 30,000, which is the cheapest 100 overall price. Color 100, theme, division, Atlantic, and you're gonna raise your buyout till you're scrolling on the cheapest 100 overall. You've got DeMar DeRozan cheapest on the Atlantic. If he pops up for about 10,000 MT cheaper than the cheapest one, you want to buy him. You've got a lot of great options on here. Larry Bird, Ben Simmons. You got whoever the heck else, Giannis, I don't even remember. KP, not Giannis, T-Mac, Tatum. All of those are profit if they pop up for 50k. Really good filter, man, especially on super pack days, because a lot of these cards are in the super packs as well. Same thing with Central Division, lots of more expensive players on here. LeBron, MJ, Giannis. This is the one I was thinking of with Giannis. So all those can pop up on here. Cheapest is about 70,000 MT, I think, if I remember. 60,000 it was. 60,000. Joakim Noah. IT, I mean, that's, you know, that's profit right there, because he's 72,000. I'll take the little 4k, man. You want to go ahead and snipe Joakim Noah for about 50k and below, 10k cheaper than the cheapest ones. And if any of the expensive cards pop up, buy them, man, as quick as possible and throw them up for a 100k bid. The next filter that we're going over is the Victor Wembanyama enabled filter. For this, you just want to put your name to Victor Wembanyama. You're going to put your minimum buyout to 500, and you're going to just refresh. You need to buy the cheapest version of his emerald and his pink diamond. So to do that, you just want to slowly scroll your maximum buyout up, grab the emerald for like 800. Then you're going to put your color to pink diamond so you can find the cheapest pink diamond, because you definitely want to own that. If you do own the Opal 100 or Invincible, make sure you send them to your auctions anytime you're sniping on this filter, or he will never pop up. But you've got the Opal that's still selling for 150k plus, which is huge. 35,000 for pink diamond Wemby with 3 legends and some extra hops. Pretty big W, maybe a little snipe there. I'll take it. We'll try and sell them. You want to go ahead and buy a cheap Wemby for 45k. Once they penned, send them to your collection, and then you're come back over here and type Wembanyama minimum buyout 500, exclude collected cards. So that way you're literally only looking for the Opal, the 100, and the Invincible if they pop up on here. I know last Tuesday the Opal was popping up an absolute ton, because they are in packs and the Opals are coming out at a pretty regular rate. So spend some time on here. Hopefully you snipe a Wemby. Hopefully you snipe a high-end Wemby. That would be insane, man. Let me know in the comments if you do. Also, there's a ton of other players you can do this same thing with, like LeBron. If they have a bunch of high-end cards that sell for a lot of MT, you certainly can enable up to Opal Bron, or even enable the Opal Bron, and then just snipe the Dark Matter Plus if they pop up. Depends how you want to work it, but you can do this with, you know, Kawhi. Anybody who's got a lot of high-end cards, it's a good option for you and can make a lot of MT on super pack days if they have Opal or higher. I personally would not enable the Opal. I would just work the cheapest scroll on Opal LeBron, enable the Emerald, enable the Amethyst, all of that. I already have them enabled, and then snag the Opal for 6k cheaper than the cheapest one, and then if the Dark Matter or higher pops up, pick that up as soon as possible and sell for profit. The next filter that we're going to go over is the max bid 500 100k filter that we talk about all the time. For this, no color, no theme, no nothing. Right now on PlayStation, you can actually lower your minimum buyout, and the filter and the scroll is still just fine. So you want to put your maximum bid to 500 and then put your minimum buyout to 80,050, and it's just a one scroll. On this filter, you can see any card in the game as long as they pop up with a starting bid price of 500 and then have a buy it now of 100k to 80,050. They'll pop up on here. So you're looking for expensive cards that sell for over 120,000 on this filter. So you got Dark Matter Taco, Opal Wemby, Dark Matter Rick Smits, any Invincible, any GOAT card, any of the expensive hundreds like Giannis, LeBron, Yao, Wemby, any of those pop up, you're buying them as quick as possible. This is like the enabled all filter, except for you don't have to buy any of the players, man. It's my favorite high-end filter. If you don't have an enabled filter, this is the filter that I would recommend you be on, unless you're feeling lucky and want to be on Invincible or GOAT filter. You can also work the 100 overall, 500 max bid, 500 min buyout filter by putting your color to 100 overall, put your maximum bid to 500 and your minimum buyout to 500. Or now it's got a bit of a scroll, a little bit less. Kazi for 65, bro, that feels like a definite snipe, man, but that's why you got to be careful on this filter, because watch this, he's going to be much cheaper than 65. Kazi Russell 96k, so you always need to know your market if you're working this filter, because you won't see all the cheaper Kazis if they pop up for a 500 and the other ones have more than a 500 price. So be careful on here. You're looking, gotta know your market really well, but you can snipe any 100 on this filter for any price as long as it has a starting buyout of 500, a starting bid of 500. The next filter that we're gonna go over is the Invincible filter. For this, you just want to put your color to Invincible, you're gonna put your minimum buyout to 500 and you're gonna refresh, man. Every card on here is still a snipe, so if something pops up, buy it as quick as possible. Lots of people are using this filter, so it is definitely very comp. So you got to be locked in on here and be ready to snipe as soon as something pops up, or you're going to miss it every time if you hesitate at all. So work this filter, Invincible, color, minimum about 500, and just be ready to buy if something pops up, and then throw it up for 100k bid. Should be getting a lot more of these popping up very shortly, very soon, next week or so right now. So spend some time on it if you want high-end snipe. And the last filter we're going over is the GOAT filter. For this, you just want to put your color to GOAT, put your minimum buyout to 500 and refresh. Obviously a very rare filter. If you get a snipe on here, you're set for the rest of the year. Every card over here is over 1 million MT. So refresh on here if you're feeling lucky. It is pretty dry. Some snipes have definitely popped up already. They're popping up, you know, maybe once a day, if that, probably maybe every other day on each console. But it's definitely, they're getting some pop-ups. So if you're feeling lucky, spend 30 minutes on here. Hopefully you get something crazy and you'll be set for the rest of the year, man. That's it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it, man. If you did, smash the like button for me. I would appreciate it. If you guys want to see the video where we sniped us an insane God Squad, click the video that's popping up on screen. Jay Grinds out.